I'm recording. Hello, welcome back to another Spiny Rambles, episode 11. Cass is my guest again today. Cass, say hi.
Yeah, it's good.
Wow, do you just listen to what anyone tells you? Like I tell you to say hi and you just fucking do it? Wow.
I didn't even say hi.
Wow. This, what's the topic? I don't even know. Cass has a great topic for us today.
So the topic's kind of abstract because I don't know. I was playing a lot of Dream lately, and they have a lot of like Sonic fan games that are just outstanding. And while playing them, I kind of realized I missed 3D Sonic a lot, especially 3D Sonic of our era. And I also feel like we kind of missed out on a certain generation, and that's kind of you know, that's kind of what I wanted the ramble to be about. I kind of wanted to talk about Sonic with the Sonic person. So,
So,
because
like, are,
it's mainly the fact that I miss the 3D Sonic realistically.
are you saying it in the sense that you miss that era, or that you actually literally missed it? Like you weren't playing the games when it was happening?
So it's a mixture of both. I miss that era because even if I missed a bit of it, because obviously we were born a little after it, right? We still were part of the bigger 3D era with like Sonic Heroes, Sonic '06, and Generations and stuff like that, and even Unleashed, right?
I, I
And say what?
Go ahead.
And I kind of miss that like rapid fire era of 3D Sonic coming out.
Yeah, I could see why. Yeah, funny enough is like I kind of missed that too. But if I had to like name the period I missed in terms of being a fan of the series, it'd probably be like I hit an age where I stopped asking for Sonic games as gifts, but I also it was an age where I didn't have my own money to spend on Sonic games. So like I think '06 was the last one that I didn't even get it. I rented it. And then I missed Secret of the Rings and Black Knight and Unleashed and Colors. And then only when Generations came out did I got to finally play it because one of my brother's roommates had it and he was praising it and saying it was great. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna finally play this. And I really loved it. And from the after that, God, the next big release was like Lost World, right?
I believe so.
So that was like the first Sonic game I bought with
After
my own money.
Generations, I think so. I
Lo-
can't. I can't really remember.
Lost World was the first Sonic game I bought with my own money, and it was the 3DS port, and it was not a good time, but it was nice to be able to
Boy.
buy one. So that's when I started getting back into the series. But that's like the part I missed in terms of the era I miss personally. Yeah, I think I'm with you. I kind of miss how quickly we got stuff because, you know, the really high quality entries are always kind of random to me when we get them. Because, you do have some really high quality stuff that was released during that time period. But then you also have some really interesting stuff. And I think nowadays it's like the lower quality entries are that have been released in the last decade have been exactly that, lower quality, and I also don't find them like as interesting as some of the weird shit that we did during like the early 2000, like 2000 to 2010, like Shadow the Hedgehog or the Riders games or even like Secret of the Rings, just some some of the weird 3D titles we did. And Riders is a good series, I think, for the most part,
Yeah.
but they were trying a lot, and that's what I like about the series is it always feels like it's trying a lot, and I still think it does. Not as much as that era though.
I think the thing about it is that like this is where you have to explain to me what lower quality Sonic is, because like I only can think of one solid game that matters that's lower quality. Because there's going to be somebody that can always fight me or you even, and be like, because like I think, and it's not even the one that people think of, honestly.
Can, can,
So
can I give you my example by just going over the last decade?
yeah,
High quality is Shadow Generations and Sonic Mania.
okay, yeah,
Medium quality, like good but not great, is maybe even leaning towards great, but they're just not like the peak of the series to me. Is stuff like Superstars or Frontiers. And then low quality is Forces. Like I'm sure there's another game in
Yeah.
there that I'm
Okay.
forgetting. Crossroads is probably high quality from what I've played. That's probably in the high quality, but it is the racing games. I don't play all of them, so I don't know what I'm comparing it to fully. But Crossroads is pretty fucking fun. I don't own it, but I played the online test for it with you and Sword a lot, and that was a lot
Yeah.
of fun. That
See, the thing
game
that's
seems pretty high quality to me.
the thing that's funny about that is that I'm a person that absolutely loves Frontiers, right?
I like it a
I think
lot.
I
I just can't
say
put it in the best of the best, but I do think Frontiers is like 7 or 8 out of 10. So like when I say middle, it's not like I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. It's just not like when I think of the best, Mania and Shadow Generations, they're there.
for sure. I just think I like the fact that they did it and that, like, I mean, I definitely could see where people would not like certain things about it, but one, it got a lot of people into it, and two, the quality is undeniable because it did get a lot of people that refused to touch Sonic into Sonic.
It got
Like,
Japan a
despite
little bit
the
more into
fan,
Sonic again.
yeah, despite the fact that me and you are fans, what's more important, even though fans don't want to say this, what is more important is new people coming in because that means it's going to live longer
Yeah,
at the end of the day. The more people that are into it, and I think that Frontiers did that
Frontiers
well.
was a
Is it
huge W.
Yeah, and I think that I think it's up there with one of the greater games because it does have that freedom. I mean, of course, every video game has that thing that you wish could be done better, and there's two outcomes of either yeah, you're right, or I'm not a game designer, so I don't know how hard it would be to do the dream thing that we all want to happen. But that doesn't mean you can't want it to happen. It's just, I don't know what else I would want, and I guess that's just because I guess the problem is I've been conceding with games lately on certain things because there's a point where like if I wanted the perfect thing, which because like every game isn't perfect, even the designers will acknowledge that. One of the greatest games of all time that people keep saying is the greatest game of all time is Zelda: Ocarina of Time, and even then that game had to concede for what they wanted to do. There isn't like the perfect version of it, even by the creator standards. So I don't know, and I kind of wish that wasn't a real thing, right? I wish that you could give them all the time in the world, and consoles weren't forced to move forward, so that you could make the best of the best of the best, sir. But I think when it comes down to it, though, Frontiers was the last time I felt almost like an adventure feeling, and to be fair here, that's not unheard of for Sonic because they've done that multiple times with Generations. And one where the world broke.
I
Unleashed.
think I think that Frontiers does so much right. My biggest desire for a Frontiers 2 would just I want the maps to be more fun. I think that the maps are fun in terms of gameplay, but they're not that fun to explore. But they're each map has like a highlight. Like the desert level has like the underground tunnel system, which is really neat. The Chaos Island has like the big volcano, and that's kind of cool. The main island has like these ancient statues and buildings that you can go up to. And all of that's really neat. I need a little bit more of that because all three of them end up having like a lot of just blank land where, that's where all like the floating things and springs are. And is it fun? Yes, it's fun to run around and complete these micro tasks just to unlock more of the map. It's addicting to keep going through and doing that. It's a good game, but I do think, honest to God, even something as small as just making big exist on that map and having a lake for fishing
Yeah,
could have
that'd
like
be better.
that yeah, because it just feels like he's more part of it now. It feels like
I
there's
think
more life to these maps. I would love it if you're because I was like thinking like of open world games I love. Like Oblivion is one of my if not my favorite game. And that's a game with a ton of empty space that you're running around through, except you're going through it a lot slower than Sonic can. But you do every once in a while come across an inn or a bar, and like, what if this game had that? Like, you did have like and maybe for the story it wouldn't work as well. But if they do a follow up, what if you do occasionally find like a little cottage, or it doesn't have to be like Oblivion, but just make something there. Like, oh, there is actually some characters to talk to. There is people you can meet. I don't know. I think that would help with making I think they just need to make these worlds feel more lively for me to love it. But I do
feel
like
like
the game.
I definitely. The thing about that is this goes into a different debate, which I don't know if you want to go into. because and I'll leave it at this, and then I'll let you say what you want to say because I don't want this episode to just be the Sonic Frontiers episode. I do think that there is some kind of conceding to that as well, where you have to acknowledge that what you're asking for is you're asking for Oblivion, not Sonic, at that point. And yes, it makes sense that you would want those towns and stuff, but as a
Not
designer, you
towns.
have to ask the question, does it make sense, right? Because in Frontiers, nobody's supposed to be there. So it kind of makes sense that it's empty. With that being said, to remedy that, maybe make the world smaller. I know that like that's like sounds stupid, but if there is so much emptiness, maybe make it smaller so it doesn't feel as empty, right? Because like that kind of is the problem, right? It's that there's just big for no reason, you know. And
Well, I
if
mean,
nothing's gonna be on it, what's the point?
I don't even agree with that fully because I love running through the big open spaces. I just want there to be more that you can run into in the process because I think having this open space is great. It makes me think of that the opening of Sonic CD where you just see him running through those big fields. Like you can
Yeah,
kind of, and especially when you're like getting your speed up, it's nice having all that room to run around in. I think it's just more
so
stuff
probably
to
more like
engage
enemy
with.
encounters or like the more things to collect is what you're asking for.
I guess so. I think the settings could be adjusted too though. I think
Yeah,
it doesn't have to, like I said, it doesn't literally have to be like, oh, you go inside of a house and there's an NPC to talk to. And I do think in Frontier's story, the way that they could have done that if they wanted to would be you know how they have like these little flashbacks to where they're in like the on the map
yes,
and they see what it was like beforehand. Like they're not really there, but they're seeing what it was like. Maybe that could maybe actually implement that into the gameplay. And you go to these houses or these homes and they're empty at first, but then if that flashback's happening, actually allow you to control the character while it's happening, and then you can engage with stuff like that. But this is just an idea. This is like, there's a million ways they could improve that. I feel.
for sure.
Uh,
I'm not trying to like clash with you. I feel like the thing is I don't know. I actually like hearing you say. I'm not actually looking for a fight. I'm just looking
oh
for
yeah, no, it's fine. Just
understanding because like you
you're
know
saying your thoughts and I'm saying mine. There's nothing bad about that.
I get it. I just feel like the thing is I don't know what else I'd personally. I think I'd like more enemy encounters realistically, or like
That could be nice.
some sign of badniks or something like an enemy that isn't going to require you to punch the fuck out of it. I think I'd have enjoyed that a
Something
little
like
bit
a little bit
more.
more quick.
Well, yeah, because I think the thing that's as much as I love the open world, it's something I've always asked for. I think, and making it smaller isn't like that big of a deal, right? Everyone acts like a smaller map means something, but in reality, it doesn't. It's almost unnoticeable. Like there's certain things in gaming that people will be like, "Oh, you said it's a smaller map," but like if you compact it with stuff or you have more stuff to do, like for instance, Banjo-Kazooie is a perfect example of a game that like relatively has pretty small maps but like they do so much in it that it's almost unnoticeable.
Yeah.
Like work around it, work around what's going on. But if I can go back to the thing of me, the reason why I'm saying I'm missing 3D Sonic, I think it's because I've been playing a lot of fan games lately,
Right.
and they've done such a good job. And and I'm not okay. This is also I'm sorry that I'm throwing you into this discourse because if somebody is watching this and they're a Sonic fan, they might be like, "Oh, don't do that," because I know that there's like this unspoken rule of where you can't compare the fan games to the
I don't agree with
you
it.
know.
Like, I don't think you should be a
Okay.
dick. I don't think you should be a complete dick to people working on official Sonic when there's so many factors to consider, especially the people who, are working on it they're all answering to someone. That's the reason fan games are normally more pure or more enjoyable is because it's someone who's completely acting on passion and they're not answering to anyone.
Yeah.
They're
Oh
answering
yeah.
to themselves. But I do think, I don't agree with completely shitting on the production of it, like constantly saying like, oh, what if they did like what this person's doing? What if they did what this person is doing? Bottom line is they're not that person. They should go their own way with it. But I would more so want to critique Sega for how often they try to rush these games out and not give them proper development time, then I would want to say, why can't you be more like the fan game? So I agree that it's not the most constructive point to make, but I do think looking at what people like and giving the people what they want is a good thing to do. And I think looking
So
at what these fan games are doing, it could be a good thing. And I don't think people should get angry at people for saying that.
so here's the deal of what I'm about to say, is that for the most part, I feel like it's fair to shit on Sega for it because it's something Sega already did in the past, right?
Oh, yeah.
Most of the time, when a fan game does something or brings something back, it's something that already existed. Like, one of the things that I am in love with in the fan game scene is the bounce attack, you know, where you're able to, like, bounce to get higher. Or,
Oh, yeah.
like,
They bring it back.
I think it was introduced in Sonic 2, Adventure 2.
Yes,
Right?
that's the earliest I remember it being there.
And I absolutely love that mechanic, and I understand that Sonic isn't made around that mechanic anymore. And at certain points, you do have to ask the question of, do you want the stomp or the bounce? Or maybe you can toggle it. But I think that that's something that I love to see come back. I also have to say that not all fan games are possible, right? Like, not all fan games are possible for, like, they're fun to play as a fan game, but, like, to put them in the actual world for people to pay for would be rough because some of them are just so abstract.
Well, some of them are so abstract, and some of them also do some stuff that only a fan game could do. Like, there was this really fun one that we did record it. We recorded more of the Sage games, and I will be uploading this one eventually, probably sooner than later, because I even want to record more of those. But there was one, and I forget the name of it, and I'm sorry, but I will be doing a whole video like showing it off. But that one it was like this really fun classic Sonic game that had like references to One Piece characters, Dragon Ball characters as like enemies.
Yeah.
Then there was that one stage that had like
Oh, yeah,
it had
that's like
fucking
CD, yeah.
yeah, it was like CD. They even had like a level that like fucking referenced Amazing Digital Circus in it, like,
Yeah.
and it was just this very like web culture Sonic game, but the gameplay was fun, and you know, not a lot of people roll their eyes at something that's way too reference heavy, but this one was just so charming about how they went about it, and every single one of them felt so sincere. But if you actually had the company Sega do that, I think you might get more people rolling their eyes because it does feel more like a cynical thing. Then maybe that's not true, but it comes
And
off the
also
way.
just,
But also copyright, you know.
yeah, I was about to say that, which sucks. Um, but
So
I will
some
say this though. Oh, what?
go ahead.
But I will say this though is that I do love fan games, and next time you come here, hopefully sooner than later, I
do
would
some
love to
Dreams.
go back to Dreams.
Yeah, there's a lot
Because,
that have been
like,
shown off.
oh, there's some new ones too, and it's really cool.
Did you see
But
the
I
OVA
think,
game
oh, there's so many.
that
I
someone
don't know
made?
which one you're talking about.
I think only the first level's available, but it's like a 3D Sonic game, and the first level is the island that the OVA starts on.
I have not. Send it to me.
I will.
But
It looks
'cause
really
I've
fun.
compiled a lot of Dream ones for us to play, but with that being said, though, I do kind of wish that we had that Wild West of the 3D era. As much as I will say that Heroes isn't my favorite game, that was a cool concept, and
It was so different.
I don't think it worked, but I think if Sega went, hey, let's build upon it, that'd be cool. And we're also in this weird era of them remaking games, like not Sega, but video game companies remaking games. Why not remake Sonic and the Secret of the Rings, but in 3D without a gimmick? Why not do that? Same thing with Black
Fan,
Knight.
and that's another thing with the fans. They did that. The fans did that.
See, yeah, I
There
didn't
is
know
Sonic.
that.
Yeah, Sonic and the Secret of the Rings without the Wii remote is a game now, and it's a fan made game. It's a fan made edit of the game, I should say.
Okay, I was talking about something a little different, but yes, you know.
Because Secret of the Rings is really cool. That's another thing I love about that era of Sonic, which I do miss it, is like how experimental they would get. Because like, yeah, that's a game that takes place in like, I mean, it's essentially a Sonic game that takes place in the Middle East. Like that's when are we ever gonna see that again? Probably
Yeah,
never.
and the thing that's funny about Sonic is that like Sonic and Mario are different in my opinion, right? Where Mario is a game that runs off of improvement, Sonic kind of nailed it on the head the first go round, and now it's like, how do we make it crazy, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, oh well, Sonic's transition to 3D was rough. Bullshit. I don't agree with that whatsoever.
Sonic Adventure is one of the most fun games ever made with how Sonic controls.
Yeah, it's one of the even to the fact of it, yes, it's broken, but like it's broken in a good way of where you can get to places you're not supposed to. Beautiful. Sonic Adventure is also great as well when
There's
it comes to
so much
Sonic's
you can do with
gameplay.
Sonic in that. There's like
Yeah,
every single time I watch someone play that game, I learn something new. Like there is so
yeah.
that spin dash mixed with the jump is like one of the best controlling characters in existence in my opinion, and and it is funny because it is kind of broken. I don't know if all of it's intentional, but it doesn't matter because it's so solid and the music is all great and then the level designs are all great and then beautiful fucking game.
But like I said, they hit the ground running, and their improvement is there. Obviously, the boost saga. They're like, what if we made it faster? Let's boost. Where Mario's is like more dramatic, right? Like their improvements are more dramatic, or not, because like New Super Mario is one of those that's not more dramatic. But you get what I'm trying to say. Where Mario isn't. Mario's constantly changing things and going like, hey, what's this new power up? Where Sonic's like, how do we make him faster, or how do we and that's really it. It's either how we make him faster or like, hey, we nailed it.
I
So
I will say that is one thing about modern Sonic that can get a little stale. Is it does feel like 3D games and classic games because they do bring back the classics for Mania and Superstars, and even Forces and Generations to an extent.
yeah,
That's like the two styles they keep going back to. Now, Frontiers was a change in that, and I appreciate that. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do because Frontiers actually was really refreshing just because it wasn't a boost formula game. And even Shadow Generations, while it was a boost formula game, they threw in all these new moves. You know, you can do Chaos Control to slow things down, you get those wings, you get the surfing ability. Like, it's adding all these abilities to the character as the game goes by, and then you can go back to previous levels and use those moves. It's like that is like the innovation I want to see because yeah, that is like the thing that's cool about that era too is how much they were trying. Like Adventure 2, and Heroes are all so different from each other and how they
yeah.
control and how they play. And all
You know
three
what
of
I
them
want
are
to
fun,
see?
and I like Heroes. I know it's not your favorite game, but I do personally really like what Heroes did. I just think that there's
I
some levels that I think going through the campaign 4 times sucks, and I think that although I have a weird opinion on Heroes, I think I've heard someone else say it. I'll ask your opinion on this in just a second, but I really just think it's a fun game to play. I just think there's some levels that like the casino level to me is like the ultimate this sucks. And it's not because the level's designed poorly because I like the level. It's because the hero mechanic doesn't work because they get separated on those pinball tables and you lose your two teammates. They did not create a feature in the game where the characters will just immediately respond to you. If they're like, they should be like a 20-second rule where if they spend 20 seconds away from you, they respawn to you because it just ruins
Yeah,
that bug, that mistake ruins that level to me. Anyway,
yeah, I agree.
go on, and then I have something to ask you about Heroes that I think could have made it better.
Ask me about Heroes first, because all I was gonna say is I think the thing I really want to see the most is I kind of would like to see. It seems like people are craving outside of me a 3D classic Sonic, and I think I'd like to see that. I think I'd like to see the well, because see, we never got that right, and we
No.
never have got that because Sonic Adventure is its own thing. That is not in the classic world whatsoever. And anytime we're in the classic world, modern Sonic doesn't fit. Right? It looks odd for him to be in Chemical Plant Zone. It looks right, but it's not. Right? So it'd be interesting to see a game kind of be a classic art style and even like audibly. And if you really want to go far enough, maybe make the music sound like R if you really want to,
Ooh, I'd love that.
because like that would be the game that we never got, right? And I think that would be kind of a cool way to do
I,
it. And once again, I know Dreams has done this, but like, why not?
yeah,
And also
cast.
let's have Fang be the bad guy. Just do it.
A. I think that's actually why I love Sonic R so much is because it is that like secret 3D classic Sonic game we never got, and it's a racing game, yeah, but my it's so fun to run through those stages, you know. And yeah, would I love a version where we got to like fight enemies and it's like instead of a race, it's like a start to finish like platforming stage? That'd be great. I'd even forgive the tank controls in a game like that just because of how fun the concept is. Although I will say in modern times, maybe we could avoid the tank controls. But for the time, I would have forgiven it, you know?
I love how you can hear like what could possibly go wrong in the background of you saying tank controls is okay. Like
But
Bugsy was like kind of excited, and then you shot him because you said like let's not.
but funny like enough that Bubsy has way worse. Bubsy 3D has way worse tank controls than Sonic R does.
You know what's funny?
Bubsy 3D, like I've played that for like maybe 2 minutes of my life, and yeah, no, Sonic R is way more satisfying than Bubsy 3D, like by a
You know
long
what?
shot.
You know, actually, say what you're about to say about Sonic Heroes because it actually, unless you want me to finish the Bubsy comment, and it's something that I want to ask you because
I do want
it
to
gets
say
a little bit
something.
nut.
Heroes can come back up soon, but I actually want to say something about the classic 3D Sonic game because I actually have a very personal story of that. But say your thing about Bubsy first, so we're
So
not
it's
losing
funny.
topics here.
Bubsy 4D is the most anticipated game to come to PC, but not because it's Bubsy, because I see so many people getting ready to mod it as a Sonic game.
Oh, that's very possible. That is very fucking
I keep
possible.
seeing like in the comments like I can't wait for people to mod this, and it's going to happen. It is so fucking close. Bubsy 4D is so close to being practically a Sonic game, in at least in like aesthetic and look, that it might as well have been a Sonic game, and it's crazy that like
Back in 2017, everybody thought Bubsy was going to be in Sonic Forces, but no, it's Sonic who's going to be in Bubsy's game.
yeah,
Bubsby.
Bubsy.
I have to
Anyways,
I have to make that joke every time I realize I said his name wrong because I say his name wrong every single fucking time.
but I think
Bubsby.
that's funny that so many people are so
Bubsby's
excited for this
better.
game. Yeah, Bubsby, yeah.
Bubsby's better.
It's funny that like people are. I'm excited because Bubsy looks like he has a good game again.
It looks like
Fight
it's
me,
fun.
but
Yeah, I'm not going to say again, but I'm going to let you have that.
yeah. I think the first one was fine. I think a lot of people are. I think the thing is, here's the thing. I grew up with it. I know a lot of people aren't used to the fall damage and shit, but like, I also have to throw my hands up and say, you can say what you want. Tell me Bubsy 2 is good. Tell me that
Bubsy
one's
2.
good. Tell me that.
Oh, I hated
was-
it. I remember
Yeah.
back in the time, back in the past, I watched like that JonTron's episode on. He did the three Bubsy games. There's like an old JonTron episode, and he like praised Bubsy 2 as being not praised it, but he said it was better because the art direction was better. It has sprites that look nicer than the original Bubsy, but when you put it all
yeah.
together, no, Bubsy 2 is like I felt fucking sick looking at that game.
Yo, we had to resurrect Mitzi. They fucking died.
Well, I did too. Do you remember me? Like, it might have been Bubs. Yeah, no, there was like a point. I think I edited that video and never uploaded it, and now it's like kind of lost to time. Won't go into that. But I had a. Are you sure you're not thinking about me?
No, both
Because
you
there was a
died.
point. I guess both of us
Both
did.
of you died.
I like legitimately. It's the funniest thing. If I, honest to God, maybe I'll upload just that clip one day if I still have it. Because it was just us
No,
playing the game on the couch, and I was playing, or I could upload it to Spiny. We'll figure something out. But I might not have it anymore. I might be gone. But I say something, and then 10 seconds later, I'm out. I'm asleep. Like it was that quick. I said something, and then I fell asleep, and then you and Matt are like, "Is Michael okay?" like.
Yeah.
Like
No,
I,
that
and to be
whole
fair,
trip-
it was a long day every single day. There was a lot going on, but
Yeah, no, that whole trip had somebody dying. I think plumbers don't wear ties. Mitzi died twice on that trip. The plumbers don't wear ties.
I was
Mitzi.
fully invested during Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. But,
You were there.
but I think, but me and you recorded like 3 other games after they left
Yeah.
because I was staying with you guys, and Matt and Mitzi had a hotel room. And when they left, we're just like, "Hey, you want to record Bomb Rush?" I'm like, "Yeah."
I think I was dying. I think we both were dying after that too.
Bomb Rush, we both died, and we both passed away during Bomb Rush, but.
Yeah, I think that one we need to do like we need to do a dedicated one for that. But anyway,
We'll do a series. We'll give it a series.
But anyways, I want to hear what you wanted to say about 3D Sonic.
Yes. So classic 3D Sonic. You know what it? Because I would love that. You know why?
Why?
I think back to little 11-year-old Michael going to the store with his birthday money and coming across Sonic Mega Collection and looking at the back of the box and seeing Sonic 3D Blast. That's the, if you want to talk about the era that I miss the most, it is the one we're talking about. But if we want to talk about the one I actually missed, it's like the classic era that isn't
I
the
mean, you weren't
original.
born yet.
We were talking about the original four games. 3D Blast, when did that one come out? Oh, it was probably one or
We were
two
still
though.
kids. Yeah, that was the
But
Genesis. We were
but
we were at the tail end of the
no,
Genesis.
so yeah, it wasn't. That is the one I missed. But like 1, 2, 3 Knuckles CD. No, not CD. CD I learned because of Mega Collection. Never mind. 1, 2, 3 and Knuckles. I knew that as a kid. That was it. And then Sonic Adventure
1996.
was the next one I learned of. I knew Sonic Shuffle before I knew what Sonic 3D Blast was. So the Game Gear titles, the other Genesis games that weren't like one of the originals, like in CD, did not know those.
Yeah.
So when I saw Sonic 3D Blast, I was like, oh, this must be his first 3D game. And then I saw like Sonic the Fighters, and I'm like, oh, this must be another 3D game he had. And I saw like in the manual Espio was there, like, oh, is this the game Espio came from? Like I was like, holy shit. I was expecting two story-driven platformers. And then I start Sonic the Fighters up first, because that was one of the big three. R, Fighters, and CD were like the big three. That Mega Collection. No, that was Gems, because I got Gems too. I got Gems as well. I got Gems
Yeah.
and Mega Collection on the same. Gems was the one that had Fighters, and I put in Fighters first. Fighters is one I wanted. It was like, oh, it's a fighting game. Which, to be fair, Sonic the Fighters is fucking awesome. No diss in that game. But I was disappointed because like, oh, it's not. I was expecting like a story driven like cutscene classic. Like I was expecting like a Sonic game from the Spyro era, basically.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's just a fighting game. Okay. I was like, all right, let's put in 3D Blast. And then I saw that isometric view, and immediately I was like, oh no.
You know what I love about 3D Blast is it's always the fucking Sega Genesis version, never the Saturn version, which doesn't
no-
make much of a difference. But
Because
it's
no one
fine.
ever, barely anyone ever played the Saturn version, and it looks
Yeah,
better.
no, I
It
don't
does
think-
look better.
No, I don't. The thing that's funny. Hold on. The thing that's funny is 1996 is when the Genesis version came out. So,
Can I be honest though?
yeah, what's up?
I have a soft spot for Sonic 3D Blast. I really do. I think that there is stuff about that game that I appreciate, and I appreciate how different of an attempt at moving to 3D it was than
You know
other
what?
games.
I will have this conversation with you.
Even though it's
in
not
the last
technically
call.
3D. I know it's not technically 3D. I know it's technically 2D.
Yeah,
But manipulated to look 3D. But it still looks.
will-
It does.
I will-
It successfully looks like it's 3D.
Yeah, no, I will definitely have this conversation with you in the last call when we get to it. With
Yeah.
that being said, I was gonna shit on the price of it, but Sonic 3D Blast is not as expensive as it used to be for the Saturn. I remember, like, I think it's Sonic Gem that's motherfucking expensive.
Yeah, that one is. At conventions, that one's like excessively expensive. I'm trying to see if I have. I don't think I own 3D Blast. I was looking for my games for a second. I have like Sonic Spinball for the Genesis, Sonic 1, 2. No, you gave me Sonic 2. Cass was kind enough to give me Sonic 2. I got Sonic
Yeah.
1 and Spinball at conventions. I need Sonic 3 still. It's not that expensive, honestly.
Well, how about we'll rectify that next year? How about
Yeah,
that?
sounds good. It could be at any game store. Like every time I go to a game store, they have Sonic 3 is not rare. It's out. It's all over the fucking place.
So it's not rare, but it is the game that, like, if you see it at a game store, pick it up because everybody wants it, right?
Yeah. Now
it's not
coming
rare.
across
Yeah.
Sonic and Knuckles is different. I've never seen that one at any of these cons.
Really?
Now, maybe it's
Okay.
not rare and I've just been unlucky.
No, it's not as rare, but like it I mean, once again, it's probably the Sonic 3 situation of where, like, it's not rare, but like people buy it the moment they see it, you know?
Yeah. Right.
But I would love to see a 3D. But the reason why I say Fang as that antagonist is because that's kind of that later half of it. I feel like Fang is the perfect
Oh yeah.
kind of Shadow-esque character for the time, and that's why I would love him to be the antagonist.
Fang is a great classic villain, and I feel like Superstars had the right idea. It's just an execution. I love the animation with Fang. I love the 2D animation they did. I love
Yeah.
that he is present again. His boss fights are not fun in that game.
No, they're not, but yeah, I get it.
I heard the final boss is especially horrible with him. I've never played that. I never made it that far. I've beaten the game, but I've never done the extended ending because I didn't have all the Chaos Emeralds. But I also, he's just regular boss in that one level. It's a lot of like hey, you're gonna wait 4 minutes for the fight to actually get hard, and then hope you don't die in that last minute because if you do, doing the 4 minutes of slow shit again. Like that's the problem with the Fang fight is it's way too much build up to the climax.
I think Fang is a character that like this is a whole nother rambles. Anyways,
That's why it's called Ramble.
so
We're allowed to get off topic. Say what you want to say about Fang, and we'll move on.
Fang's one of those characters that I feel like you don't need to give him technology. Actually, if anything, I feel like, oh man, see, this is why I hate talking, because like I'm coming up with the stupid idea of where he repurposes Batniks because it's possible, right? If you don't want Eggman to be in the game, or you can have him working with Eggman. I think if he does work with Eggman, though, I think he should never be a shadow character that ever turns to good. I just think he shouldn't be like he can be the ultimate evil sometimes, but like I feel like he can never. I don't want to see him do a heel turn unless it is purely in his own benefit, right? Or he thinks it's in his own benefit. I never want him to pull a shadow.
You know what Fang kind of reminds me of in a weird way, and
What?
this is so specific, and it's part of something that like this is something that only me, you, and a few of our friends are gonna get. He is like too tough, Tony.
Yeah.
He is someone who, if he was redeemed, it would only be in the sense that he's gaining something out of it. And his two partners, in Tony's case, mildly tough Mickey and pretty tough Polly. In his case, it would be Bean and Bark are the two that are actually redeemed. And he's just kind of like, what the fuck? You guys are siding with them? All right, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, it would be like that. It'd be like Fang is reacting to a situation where he feels like he has to switch over, either because he's gonna get something out of it, or he's fucked if he doesn't. That's what Fang
Yeah,
would
like
be.
the world's literally gonna end.
Because Fang does team up with you at the end, Triple Trouble.
Yeah, but like once again, that's to his own like benefit.
Yeah, he's not a. I like the idea of Fang just being scum. You know, he's just
Yeah, him just being a straight up douche. Yeah.
and like I because there's not a lot. Yeah, most Sonic villains do go through some form of redemption. I like that's what I love about Sage so much is she's like a character that like only goes halfway. Like she likes Sonic, but she still has every single intention of conquering the world with Eggman, and she's like, oh,
Yeah.
she would rather convince Sonic that's a good thing than join his side.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about Sage so much is it's like I like her. I like a good villain turns into hero story. I think Shadow is a great example of that. Silver is more of a misunderstanding than him being evil in the first place. That's actually the same case of a lot of them because that's the case of Blaze. That's the case of Knuckles. Like it never was they were actually bad guys. It was just they didn't understand the situation.
I will say Knuckles was a dick, and I kind of wish he was still a rival to this day. But that's whole nother topic.
I appreciate how Frontiers played with that.
Yeah. With that being said, I do want to hear what you wanted to say about Sonic Heroes because
Oh yeah.
Sonic Heroes is the one is I think one of the few times I was disappointed in the game, and I don't think I'm ever going to change my opinion. I love it. I love Sonic Heroes aesthetically. It's great. I would love to see a game like that come back again. That had like such a unique aesthetic. I love the world that it built, but I just cannot get behind the gameplay. That's really the only issue I have.
No, it's fair. I like it gameplay wise, but there's more hiccups than your average Sonic game, I think.
Yeah.
But what's fun about it is really fun about it. Now, what I will say about Heroes that I think could make it a little better, and I really do mean a little better. This isn't like a game changer. You do the same campaign 4 times with minor differences, very minor. Chaotix is the only one that actually stands out because you're doing missions. Where Dark, Sonic, and Rose is like just difficulty setting basically. And even then, they're not. There's a difference between Dark and Rose, but Sonic and Dark and Sonic and Rose, it's not that noticeable.
Yeah, no.
But bottom line, I think what would help is if they did what Rush did, where same campaign but the levels are in a different order. And I think a change that small would actually make the replayability better.
You know what would make it even better?
What's that?
Getting rid of the RPG mechanic or the leveling up mechanic.
No, I don't mind that.
I hate it.
Yeah, I know you have to do it at the start of each level, but at the same time, I don't know. I kind of think it's neat that you get stronger as the level goes on.
I guess. I'd rather not.
I mean, maybe if, I could understand that. I don't think you like if they remove that from the game, I wouldn't be like, oh, they ruined it. But I don't mind it. I've always thought it was okay.
Like, I don't want to be like, oh, I can't. Like, if it's like if you put that in Sonic 1, they're like, hey, this enemy takes 2 hits because you didn't level up. It's like, no, fuck that. Just let me blow through the enemy. This is fucking Sonic. I don't. You're already making me have to slow down on multiple occasions. Don't make me fucking level up too. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. If you're gonna make me like level up at least you know what? Hear me out, right? Sure, keep the level up, but make that for the team attack to get stronger and different each time.
I do. Right? There is one part of the game where I do hate that they're doing that, and that is there's a part in both. Oh, what are the 2 times to do it? One of them is the Haunted Mansion level. Oh, those dogs! Yeah. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them so much. Is the other one Casino that they do you just fight a bunch of small enemies?
Yes.
So those 2 maps, you do the enemy fights, and I kind of wish they didn't make you redo the leveling up process for that, because in those it would be nice if you were just fully leveled up, because you're just fighting a bunch of small enemies, and it's really boring. It'd be nice if you leveled up. Right? It'd be nice if you fully leveled up during the second level. They let you keep that for the boss fights.
I just wish that wasn't there.
I think it should reset every zone, not every act.
Sure, I'll let you have that. I just think that I'd prefer it if it just wasn't there. I love.
Because what if like Act 1 was like it's the easier act, you're speeding through it and getting your level up, and then Act 2 you're an unstoppable powerhouse, and then for the boss fight you maintain all of that power. Maybe that could be a good way to do it. Because I kind of appreciate the effort. I appreciate the effort to do that.
I think the problem is I just don't like it because like I think that leveling up needs to have like I guess my issue with that is it's like every chapter in an RPG, right, you would have to re-level up. It's like, yeah, I see what you're doing, but fuck it.
I could say there would be like a philosophy behind it where like in a regular RPG it's like you don't go back levels, you know.
Yeah.
So I could see that.
All I'm just saying is that I just wish it wasn't there. I see what you're trying to do. I get it. But I just want to play Sonic.
I'll give you this. I wouldn't be bothered if they took it out. It's not necessary.
Because like I feel like I've heard people go like, oh, I just wish that you didn't have to use the characters. Well, that's not Sonic Heroes. Go play any other Sonic game, right?
Right. What's another Sonic game that like something that you'd really like to see them with this like topic in mind? What's a game that they did in the past that you'd really like to see them do? Yes, like another take on, like whether it be a storybook game or a game like Unleash where he has like this other form he goes into. Like, what's like something that you think has a lot of missed potential that they could have tried a second time?
You sure you want me to say it?
Do it.
So, I know that Sonic has so much potential, but I think that Sonic 06 was the perfect fusion of Sonic Adventure 1 and Adventure 2 in concept, and they fucked it. But I kind of like having an open map alongside having zones again. Like, it reminded me a lot of Sonic Adventure 1 proper, and I would love it if it was a little... And I know that Project 06 exists, but, like, I don't know, I really miss the Adventure 1 adventure zones. I miss the kind of open world, and I'd love to see that again. Yeah. I know that it's not a werehog. I know that it's not as unique, but like Station Square was cool, man. Like that was cool.
And you know what? Like another thing that was cool about that was getting like the same story from multiple characters' perspectives. Because Sonic Adventure 1 did that really well. Then Adventure 2, we're splitting it to just 2 different perspectives, but still, it was cool.
Yeah. I mean, Adventure 2 is dope in its own right, though.
I do think it'd be kind of cool to have a Sonic game where it felt like all of Sonic friends were important again, in the sense that they had their own stories, because it feels like they're trying. It feels like they're really trying to make them important again. Frontiers with the DLC that makes Tails, Knuckles, and Amy playable again, and Superstars allowing you to pick whatever character you want. Mania did the same thing. That's kind of cool, but at the same time, there was something neat about Adventure 1 and Adventure 2 requiring you, and maybe the require part will make some people roll their eyes, but no, like, it made them feel important that Tails had his own levels that were needed to be completed in order to complete the game. Amy had levels that were needed to be completed to complete the game, and they had stories behind them, because I think that Tails and Amy's stories and Gamma's story, honest to God, most of the stories in Adventure 1 are great.
Yeah.
All of them are great. Sonic's is the most simple, but it's actually kind of perfect that Sonic's is the most simple, because he's the character who has himself figured out, where Knuckles, Amy, and Tails and Gamma all have, like, there's things they're questioning about their own life. There's things they're questioning about their own existence and their role and who they really are. Yeah, and their stories kind of reaffirm that. And then Big is just the wild card who has no idea what the fuck is going on the entire time, and that's funny. But yeah, Sonic story being as straightforward as it is, it's just like he is a character who, that confidence is part of him. It's something
And
that
it's
people,
better off that way, too.
yeah, and it's something that people want to strive for, and it's something that, without like fully admitting it, Tails, Tails and Amy kind of admit it, but like Knuckles and Gamma also, they all want that. They all want to be that person who just doesn't have a care in the world, but they're not there, and there's a reason for that, and the reason for that is not everybody can be as cool as Sonic. Sorry.
Gee, the way you said that. Maybe they're not as cool, huh? Maybe they're losers, huh? But
Who's the Spiny character that's the most like Sonic? Which one of them is the most carefree? Because Spiny's fucked.
Gorky.
Spiny's fucked in the head. Spiny's like Gamma times 500.
Gorky. Gorky or Ignacio.
Ignacio, I think is the answer. Because Gorky is.
Don't spoil your own series, dude.
Gorky is. I'm not gonna spoil it. Gorky is closer to like. Maybe Knuckles.
Maybe.
He's got some confidence. He's got like, he's
He hits his friends.
He hits his friends. He's very handsome.
He's a very good boy.
He's a very good boy, but he has, he's got some stuff he needs to work out. There's some stuff about his life he doesn't get. Ignacio, I think, is someone who's like completely. He's Sonic. I actually think he has more confidence than Sonic does.
I mean,
I think
isn't his first appearance pissing next to Spiny?
Yeah, he has no. He can stand next to someone and piss with no problem, and that is hard. That is a hard thing to do. Like Sonic probably can't do that. If Sonic is like pissing in a urinal and then someone walks up to him, he's probably like, God fucking damn it, Jesus Christ! There's a stall right there. Just go in the fucking stall. I know you're not taking a shit, but my God, don't stand right next to me, you fucking dick.
Jesus Christ. Well, with that being said, answer your own question. What is the thing that you would like to? Because I'm curious.
Oh, what's that?
What was you asked?
Oh, what would you like to see? What would you like to see come back? Like anything that could come back, like any concept. Oh, okay. Yeah, you did answer. My bad. Can I give a silly answer and then a real answer afterwards?
This is your fucking show.
I do love the memes about the third storybook game being about Jesus, the Bible, and Eggman is Peter.
But who's Judas?
Like Jesus. No, I meant to say Judas. I'm sorry. No, wait. God damn it. No, yeah, like Jesus is there, and I have done that before. I've done that more than once now. If Matt listens to this, he's going to remember. But Eggman is Judas. He like Jesus says, "This is my loyal disciple, Judas." And it was Eggman, like the person who made that comic. You're a legend. You're beautiful. That was hilarious. I want to see the Sonic Jesus game.
I mean, it is a book.
Yeah, do the whole Bible. It's like 750,000 levels. All of them are
You know
30
what's
seconds
funnier?
long.
You know what would be funnier is like do a horror game actually, but make it like genuinely terrifying. I say that in the I say that, but I don't know what that means. Genuinely terrifying because like Sonic EXE and all those other fuckers exist that get into that weird actual terrifying place. But like I don't know, it'd be cool to see like Lovecraftian Sonic.
Honestly, I think we keep losing the topic in this because we're really embracing the fact this is a ramble this episode. And I don't have a problem with that. I love how this episode's been going. I don't know about you, but I've loved this
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
But I think I kind of already answered it. I just like I like the story mode from different perspectives, different characters with different abilities. I think I'd like to see them make another Sonic Adventure. It doesn't have to be
Well,
Sonic Adventure 3 necessarily, but just because even 06 was trying to follow in those footsteps to an extent.
yeah.
But I like the
I
different play styles, and I like the different character stories. And I would like them to do another game where each character has their own story to go through, and Sonic is going to be the most fun to play as because he better be.
well
But
yeah.
but the others have value, and if you don't like them, you can just do the Sonic mode. Sonic's mode should always have the most levels. Sonic's mode should always be the most fully realized. But if they like, how interesting would it be for them to do that take? Here's the thing: if they do that take on the story again, where they want to do like, hey, we're gonna do like 6 stories again with like different characters from the franchise, it needs to be the characters as they are now, not as they were back then. Because I don't want another story about Tails and Amy realizing that they're heroic on their own. Because we know that the fans of the series know that. You don't have to explain that to us again. You really
You know
didn't need to.
what?
The only reason it was necessary in Frontiers to reestablish that with Tails is because of how fucking poorly they did in
You know
Forces.
what? I will fight you a little bit. Give me that with Amy, please. She's been like so inconsistent for a long time that I think we do need an reaffirmation for who they are.
That would be okay. I'll give you that, but go beyond it too. Because at this point, I feel like you need to. You need to do more than what Adventure One did.
Oh, for sure. I just think that like I think Amy needs a little bit more where Tails I don't know. See, I think we're at such a weird point. I agree with what you're saying. I just think we're at such a weird point that like I guess have balls with the series.
You know what else? Another thing I miss.
But
Rush had a really cool aesthetic. Do Rush 3. Make it make it
yeah,
non
they
3
did.
make it non 3DS. Like how cool would that be if they made like a console Rush? It's still a 2D platformer, but now it's not like as pixelated as a DS game was. Now it's like, oh, this is HD shit. We're getting 2D, and it's like, do Sonic 4 done right. Don't use that shitty, shiny and like blurry sprite whenever he runs. No, make it like a fun boost 2D game. Because like Sonic Colors for 3DS had the right idea.
I mean, Sonic Colors is practically just Sonic Rush 3.
I mean, it was kind of labeled as that in a way.
Yeah. With
But
that being
we
said,
just
though,
need Blaze to be there too, because Blaze is the I think Blaze is like one of the coolest characters they've ever added to that series. Like I would love more
Blaze is like
Blaze.
my secret favorite character. Like I love Amy, but Blaze is my secret favorite. Like they're the one that every time I remember them, I'm like, yeah. So
Blaze would hit my top 10. I'd have to actually think of who my top 10 are. I mean, honest to God, Sonic and Eggman, they're always gonna be my favorites. I'm a very simple Sonic fan in that sense, but
I think, I think Blaze to me is the perfect rival to Sonic because they're everything that Sonic is in reverse. You know, like I think
how so?
Shadow's just too edgy. Well, Blaze is overly serious, but they're also overly confident. They're very cool, but they're not. Sonic's more jokey, but Blaze is more like no, you know.
So like
They both
they're the same almost in terms of ability, but their personalities are the real opposite.
like somebody said once a long time ago that she's from a parallel universe, and she's just Sonic, and it's like yeah, she is her universe of Sonic, isn't she? Like if you break her down as a character, like if there was a universe where Sonic didn't exist, but like the essence of Sonic existed, Blaze is it. You know,
I
because she's not
yeah.
as funny. She's like the Japanese era or the CD era Sonic, where they're more stoic, but they're still cool, right? And
Hmm.
so Blaze is Sonic. It's just not boisterous, loud, and she's a lot because her and Sonic have the same kind of issue. The only issue is Sonic is okay with having friends, right? Where Blaze is like, I don't know.
I a really early video I did on the Spiny channel was my Sonic characters tier list, and it's really outdated now because there's characters in that video I didn't even recognize that I do recognize now. Because I explored more of the series numbers because that was like year one of Spiny that I did that
Yeah.
video. And there are a few characters that I put a lot of characters in A tier that I think maybe belong in S tier now because S tier was only Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Eggman. I The only thing holding Amy back from S tier is years of
Sega.
poor decisions made with her.
Yeah.
I think Blaze and Tangle I'd probably move up to S tier because I love those two a lot.
Yeah.
I think I'm no, I don't think anyone else would move up to S tier. I'd have to think about it. Like I mean, I love
No
Shadow.
Whisper? No Lanolin?
Lanolin. I mean, I like Lanolin and Whisper a lot. I like Tangle the most. She feels like you know what I love about her. She feels like Sonic's sister.
Yeah.
She feels like that's like
Well,
legitimately. It's like that. It's like how Tails is like brotherly love with Sonic. It's like Tangle's sisterly love with Sonic. I love
okay,
it.
hear me out. I take back everything I said. You know what I want to see? Bring back Sister Sonic, that game that Sega like pitched for 2 seconds and said, no. Give me Sonic Extreme.
Sonic
I think
Extreme.
I think the thing is, you said we got off topic a lot, but in reality, we did kind of sit and talk about the stuff we missed. With that also being said, I also think that, like, I feel like Sonic Extreme did happen, it just happened later, and I think Sonic Extreme is just Sonic Lost World, and you could be mad at me for that, but I feel like it would have been the
Kind
same
of
kind of
is.
concept.
It probably Sonic Lost was probably. I
No,
don't know. Sonic Lost was probably better than what Sonic Extreme would have been.
you're right, but that's also because, like, they got wildly ambitious back then.
I think Extreme, looking at what it would have been, I think it would have been a game that would have been, oh, level one's really fun. Oh, the rest of it pisses me the fuck off. And Lost
You know
World was
what?
that too.
You
But
know what?
Lost
I don't
World
think.
was made on a modern console. It was made with Nintendo support. I feel like it's probably a little less buggy than what Extreme would have been.
Like, I mean, there's a reason why Extreme didn't come out, right? Like, it didn't work. I I don't know, man. Anytime I see Extreme, it looks rough. I might need to find a clear footage, but like, the fisheye lens sounds like a fucking nightmare, man.
It just seems like you'd get sick playing it.
Yeah, it's one of those games. You know what's funny is like, I know that like, I think if Sonic, okay, I think Sonic Extreme was the wrong way to go. I think making CD plus, like making a Mania, because Mania feels like the lost Sonic game, right? Mania feels like it's the Saturn Sonic game, right? Like it does stuff that a Genesis couldn't do. So I feel like if you just did that, like had a more intense Sonic, it would have been better.
You know
You
what
know?
yeah. I think Extreme falls into this weird thing I've noticed online with when something doesn't come out, people assume it's going to be the greatest thing ever. Because I remember reading posts and videos on Sonic Extreme where it's like, the best Sonic game Sega never made. It's like, this would have been the best Sonic game. Oh, look at this because of this, this, and this. And they're putting so many assumptions into it. They're like ignoring everything that could have gone wrong because they have this fantasized version of it. I remember reading people. I'm going to bring up something completely different from Sonic now. But and something that has a little bit of a sour subject to it, but we won't go into it. Ren and Stimpy. There was an episode called "Life Sucks," that was supposed to be part of adult party time, and it wasn't released. Adult party time did not last very long, and there were people online and even people who worked on the show who said like this would have been the best Ren and Stimpy episode ever, guaranteed. And I think people get so comfortable saying that because it's something that never came out and they can't be disproved. But there was a storyboard leak of Life Sucks, like of what like the first 3 minutes was, and watching that storyboard, no, it would have not been the best Ren Stimpy episode. It had potential to be the worst one. Like, it's
I
just
think
Ren describing depressing shit for 3 minutes. That's not funny. That's not a good joke. That's not comedy, as Hot Diggity Demon had him say in his animation. That's just sad.
that's
That's
not peak
depressing.
cinema.
That's horrible. Like I watched it and it's like there's nothing like I really don't think there's anything good about this. Like the adult party time fucking sucked and this is just another example of it fucking sucking. If there's a Ren and Stimpy, feel however you want about it. The creator's a fucking creep. I hate him. But if there's a best episode, if there's a best episode, it's the fan mail episode where Ren considers murdering Stimpy because he gets more fan mail than him. That's a good episode. I think that one's really funny.
I haven't watched that much of Ren and Stimpy,
It's not.
but
It's okay. It's okay.
I think the thing is when it comes down to Sonic Extreme, because I guess I can finally talk about my shit here. It's one of those games that would have. It's, you know what Sonic Extreme would have been, Michael. Michael Spiny Norman, Spiny Michael Norman.
Michael Bemis.
Whatever. But
I
I
doxed
think,
myself, yo.
sure. I think the thing about it is it would have been Knights, right? It would have been one of those games that's like, wow, that's impressive, but here's Mario fucking shit up in the corner. Right? Like, we gotta be real with ourselves. No matter how good Extreme was, Mario 64 fucking happened.
I think if Extreme came out, it would have been one of the like. I think it would have been shit on like 3D Blast was. I do not think people would have been positive about it if it came out. I don't. I really don't. Maybe it would have been. I think I'd be a defender of it because I'm a defender of most Sonic games. I do. I'm honest. I'm like. Here's the thing. I'll be critical. That doesn't mean I dislike something. Because I'll be critical of any Sonic game. I like most Sonic games.
If it came out, because this was a way different time than now, if it came out, I think it probably would have been okay. But like I said, I think it would have been Knights. And I love Knights, but like, who's out here talking about Knights besides me? How many times how many times outside of me have people brought up Knights?
I sometimes do it, but it's in like honor of you, and not because I genuinely love it.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, I love Knights, it's like I love Knights because it's such a chill game, but like, is it like the best thing Sega's ever made? No.
I could not play
they
Knights as long as I played Sonic.
They thought they had something, and honestly they did, but like it's impressive. And that's about it. The aesthetic is cool, it's impressive, it was done by Sonic Team, sure. But like I feel like because like even if Sonic Extreme is good, it never was going to be Mario 64. It never was going to be that like 3D game like Sonic Adventure, and I think actually it's better off that it never came out because I don't know if we would have gotten Adventure. You know? I think Adventure's dope. I think Adventure's the better. I think Adventure's amazing, and I think a lot of people don't give it leeway. But me and you talked about that for that is one of my longest fucking videos, dude.
It might be your longest video.
I think
Is
it
it?
is my longest video. Yeah, I think it is my
Is it?
longest
Is it?
video.
Have you had any others that have broken the hour mark? If you count the Luigi Mansion episodes all together, that would be longer than that. But then you'd have to like count that as like one episode, and I don't think you guys do.
No, we don't. So I think
It was kind of a trilogy released around the same time.
yeah. I don't think that there is, but it's my single longest video, and I have no clue. I'm scared of Adventure too, dude. But, but, but yeah, no, I think Adventure is the better one, and I miss that era. It was a dope era. I also could get video games from Scholastic. I don't know. I feel bad saying I don't know that, because, like, I can't say, I'm not in school anymore, I have a child. I could go look at his Scholastic papers he gets, or to see if he gets video games from his book fairs.
Aww. I just uploaded my new episode of Sonic Battle, and and I have to share the money I'm making with Family Guy, and because you had a bad day.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm gonna make like 1 cent off of that, and we're gonna have to split it 3 way. How are we gonna do that?
Is somebody making you? We'll talk about this off video.
I have to share my monitors because I used an instrumental "If You Had a Bad Day" and an instrumental of Family Guy music in my new Sonic Battle episode because the music I lost all the audio from my computer for that. It only had my audio, so Matt Mitzi and the game music was muted, and I had to put my own music in. So I put an instrumental "If You Had a Bad Day" and Family Guy music in, and now they're gonna get 1/3 of the penny I'm making off of this video. It's not fair. How do I give them hay pennies? How am I going to do this?
One hay penny.
What if I give them my precious diamond?
You mean your priceless diamond?
Fuck!
No,
Anything else?
The precious one, not the priceless one.
The priceless diamond.
My priceless diamond.
Next Spiny Rambles is all about that guy in his life. Anything else before we end this one? Anything else before we end this one? Any other topics?
No, I'm fucking tired.
We have like 8 more rambles to record.
What?
We have like 8 more rambles to record. You're not tired yet.
I'm tired, Grandpa.
Grandpa. Because that was gonna be the next ramble topic. We're gonna talk about our grandpas.
Have you not seen Holes?
I saw Holes. Been a while.
Okay, it's from Holes. It's I'm tired, Grandpa, and then
Oh,
Grandpa goes, that's too damn bad. Thank you later.
I do remember that. I do remember that now that you say it. Yes.
I quote that is my common quote constantly.
I watched Holes a lot when I was a kid. Actually, I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but I've seen that movie at least like 5 times.
Next time on Spiny Rambles, we actually read a book and compare the book to the movie.
About reading a book. Are you out of your fucking mind? Does Sonic the Hedgehog have novels?
Fuck, I don't. Archie?
Sonic? I'm talking about novels. Let's look at a novel. Do Sonic novels exist? Let's see. Up. What? No. No. There can't be 36 Sonic the Hedgehog novels.
Are they light novels?
I don't know. That's
you fucking gay.
That's too many That's too many Sonic novels. Sonic in the 4th dimension.
You know what? You know what the Sonic tuber gets when he asks for a question?
Results.
Gets what he fucking deserves.
There's an image here that has Sonic without his shoes. He's wearing socks. Here, I'll send you a picture of it.
No, please don't.
He's not barefoot. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Here, I'm sending it.
It's all good.
It's right there. No, you're look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
I don't need to look at this.
He has socks on, no shoes, but he's not barefoot,
Sally,
so it's fine.
Sally realized something about themselves with.
Is he looking at the ass?
Oh no, Anton figured out something about himself as well.
He likes feet.
Yeah.
It was the worst day of my life.